All right, everyone. All right, all right. We are back like cook crack, like four flats on the Cadillac. We were over on the FF Pod. We are definitely going to come all over here. Anybody that was watching on the Forever Faithful podcast, Brandon is currently in the process of linking the channel. But we wanted to bring some special guests along. And since y'all jumped over to my channel, we're gonna bring in, some real hard hitters here, man. And I'm telling you, everybody that's here with us is going to give you great 49er content. So there's so many channels that you need to subscribe to because you're going to get different perspectives. But we're going to start with the young man whose channel has grown by leaps and bounds in seconds. It's like overnight. He went to sleep and woke up and almost had 1,000 damn followers. It's the man right here, Rohan, in the building.
Hey, what's up, Dion? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm good. I'm glad to have you on the channel. So we have the man, the myth, the legend, Rohan in the building. It's a hard man to get a hold of, okay? Trying to get an interview with Rohan is like trying to get an interview with Kyle Shanahan. So
next, what that means? Everybody in the chat better hit that like and subscribe button. That's what that means.
Boom. He dropped that heat on you already. So the next person I'm going to bring in, man, and I want to introduce everybody properly. This man right here, I went to a game with him. We went to the Kansas City preseason game. And we saw Trey Lance firsthand. That dime y'all saw on TV, we saw in person. And Kev called it. He called the dime. So that dime all the way to Trent Sherfield, baby. Kev was he's touchdown, baby. He pulled the same thing that Kyle Shanahan did when when we were playing Denver, right before Kittle was almost set that record. He said touchdown. Kev said touchdown. So let me bring the man, the myth, the legend in. Silverado Kev.
You already know what's happening. You see,
it is not a gang over everything. And next up, man, we got a young celebrity in the building. You know what I'm saying? We was over on Restream and we couldn't get the chance to stop popping with this young kid. Everybody wanted autographs. People want to meet him. Somebody tried to say he had some Raiders paraphernalia in his background. But when I bring him in, you will see that there's nothing Raiders about this young man. He is a Warriors fan. He is a Sharks fan. He is everything the Bay represents. Chris Polo in the building, people. Let's talk about it, man. What's going on, Chris?
What's going on? I'm actually Rohan.
Oh. Yeah, I had to just bring my doppelganger on here,
y'all. He has a doppelganger.
Remember those 49ers
Rohan and Chris Polo on the same day, man. Hey, man, gotta make my day. What up, Chris, man? I done see you on Twitter doing your thing, Chris, man. I see you.
Yes, yeah, thanks, man.
You see, when I turn off reporter mode, I just bring Chris along. He speaks for me, and then we call it a day. That's how
Rohan is actually really lazy. He just has me do his shows when he gets really tired because he's always going to the facility watching training camp, and he gets really tired. He actually gets really sleepy, like he's about 70 years old. It's around 8 p.m. Since he's really young, he actually has bedtime, so I have to put out all his late night content.
This is insane, man. So we got some real celebrities in the building.
It takes a village, man. It takes a village, man.
It does. Now the next young man I'm gonna bring in, man. His Twitter handle is @Lefty1680, and the reason it's named Lefty is because he might go left at any fucking time. I love this guy. He is a part of the Forever Faithful podcast. Lefty, aka Christian, in the building. What the fuck is going on?
What's up, Ash? What's up?
What up, Lefty?
Lefty.
It's a long time no see, Kev.
Lefty.
Now, look, the last person I'm gonna bring in is the orchestrator of the Forever Faithful podcast. His last name is Ferrigno. Like Lou Ferrigno, aka the Hulk on TV.
He showed love. He showed love.
They just painted his body green, but he was still the Hulk. Brandon in the building, aka Big Dubs.
What up, Big
What's going on? What's going on? Fuck Restream. That's all I have to say.
Been telling you this.
Pissed.
Been telling you this, bro.
Because it fucking ruined my show tonight because it was gonna be a fucking good one. I don't know how to fucking pair this shit onto StreamYard. So all the people that were on Fairfield podcast right now, just tune in to Nighter Gang podcast. Yes. And we'll just go from there. We'll figure this shit out next time.
It's just one show that's messed up. No big deal.
I know.
So now that we
It's
got
the off season.
It's the training camp
now
of
that we
shows
got
right now.
every single person in the
Look,
building, man, we'll round table this as much as we can to be able to make sure everybody gets their points. And I'll make sure I shut up because I talk a lot. But either way,
talk your shit, light skin. Talk your shit, bro.
Since we have young Rohan in the building, I'm gonna ask you, Rohan, if you've been able to do any research on the Packers and what you think we might see from them in this game tomorrow night.
Right. So, I mean, obviously, the main news from the Packers, Aaron Rodgers will not play tomorrow. So it's going to be the battle of the young quarterbacks. Jordan Love, their third-year quarterback now, who just doesn't see the field. First-round pick, that is. He will be on the field going against Trey Lance. They better play Jordan Love the entire game because it might be the last time he sees the field for the year. So you got to play Jordan Love the entire game. But overall, what we're talking about, Packers are no joke, obviously. They lost Devontae Adams in the offseason, but still got a pretty strong secondary. You got Eric Stokes, a young star in the making. You got Jair Alexander coming off injury. You've got a pretty strong defense. And so if the Packers do play their first team defense out, well, they aren't going to play Aaron Rodgers. If they do play their first team defense out there, Trey Lance is going to face a bit of a test if it's like that. However, Packers notorious normally for playing backups in these preseason situations. I expect Trey Lance to also get some run against the backups, which is important because, getting acclimated back into it, getting to test as much as you can, especially if your offensive line might not be your starting offensive line on some of these reps. It's good to get that time to like you would in real game situations to overall, make plays. So Packers defense, fairly good. But you might not see Trey Lance go against the starters for a good amount of time.
There it is. We're going to kick it right on over to Silverado. Kev, talk to us, Kev. Let us, but I don't want you to talk to us like you normally talk to us. Give us some of that Bay Area slang so that these people can understand exactly what's about to happen in this game.
You see it's NGOE. Somebody can't go everything, man. Real talk in the building. Man, look, I'm just happy to see my guy out there against somebody he don't know who it is. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, man. Chances are we're going to come out with some real vanilla type of offense. You know what I'm talking about? Handing the ball off, throwing 5-yard outs, 5-yard slants. So don't think the bag Kyle Shanahan going to have during the regular season is the bag he going to have tomorrow. Because I said the other day on Twitter, most coaches or OCs be on the sideline with a clipboard or a play call book. Kyle Shanahan finna be on the sideline with a play called bad. His hand gonna be deep in that thing. You know what I'm saying? Come the regular season. I mean, at the bottom of the bag. And you don't know what's gonna come out of that thing, man. So I just want to see Trey Lance be efficient. Be accurate. Just go ahead and just kind of work some of the kinks out. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the first time playing against another team, but he's been playing against the best defense in the league in training camp. So hopefully it should be easy for him, man. But call some easy looks, get the man comfortable, and just wait till week 1 of the regular season in Chicago. That's when you're going to see that real bag come out.
Yes, sir. We're going to kick it on down right under you. Chris Polo, talk to us, man. Tell us what's going on. You the celebrity here. Everybody wants your autograph and whatnot.
I think, like I was saying earlier, I really just want to see Burford play. I want to see how he performs. He's the dude that has just not been quite. I just think it's surprising that Shanahan's trusting a rookie so much to step into that spot. So I really want to see how Burford does. Yeah. I want to see the running backs. You guys are not excited to see Nate Sudfeld play?
I am, honestly. Hey,
listen. You want to good as your backup, right?
And I heard this from Rohan. He's been dropping some dimes in training camp, has he not?
Yeah, I mean, he's been all right. He's been inconsistent, but he's been all right. And you'll see tomorrow that he's got a stronger arm than Brock Purdy.
I hear everyone.
Don't you guys want to watch Brock Purdy freaking?
Hey, he's gonna play for the 5 minutes of.
Hey, listen,
Like I know
Prime
my guy
Minister
Polo is a huge Brock Purdy fan. He's Brock Purdy season all the way along. He even like
Dude, he enjoyed that brick by brick session of Brock Purdy,
exactly.
too.
And
I
you know
didn't
that
watch
like
that shit.
you know like that Brock Purdy super fan on Twitter. I forget it. Like obviously that Lobs guy, right? That goes between Purdy and Sudfeld. Polo's actually pretty good friends with him. And
Stop! No, I'm not.
Hey, Lobs is trash, bro. Hey, Lobs, if you watching this, you trash, bro.
Hey, I fucking blocked that guy because it's just annoying.
Hey, I don't care
I,
what
I
nobody
blocked
says.
him too.
Shit.
Him and that fake ass Jets fan. I blocked both of them motherfuckers.
I didn't know that as Mr. Irrelevant, you get all that attention. Like I saw that brick by brick. I was like, yo, why are they giving Brock Purdy this guy?
I heard about that, and I won't watch that. I just,
Hey,
I
I'm
really
telling
don't.
you, it was insane. Like they basically took Brock Purdy like he was the number one overall fucking pick. But Lefty, I know you don't have much to say on this Packers game. You're not really caring. Lefty says we're gonna go out there and kick their fucking teeth in, and Aaron Rodgers will watch from the sidelines and cry as he always does because he still holds his breath. Years
Did you see-
ago,
Did you
when
see
we
that
didn't pick
interview?
him.
You see that interview where he looked like he's still salty about losing to us in the playoffs so many times.
He's all-
Aaron
No.
Rodgers is
Ain't no
going
looks
to be
like
chilling.
he is still salty.
He's
He's
gonna
still salty.
be-
We didn't pick his ass.
Hold on, Aaron Rodgers is going to be chilling on the sideline tomorrow on his psychedelics. He's just going to be sitting there enjoying his
Yeah, he
time.
gonna be hot.
With his girlfriend Blue Earth.
He's not going to care what's going on.
He said Blue Earth.
Isn't that her name?
I don't know what her name is.
Blue
Hey,
of the Earth. It's like Blue of the Earth or some shit. Like
right. B Dubs, talk to us, man. How you feel about this game tomorrow, sir?
Man, I don't even know how to feel right now because this just really pissed the fuck out of me.
Yeah, that
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's all
Hulk.
good.
They made the Hulk angry.
Hey,
They did. They
I
did.
turned
If he
green,
turn,
bro.
if he turned green on this screen, I might have to drop him out. I don't need him busting
Shit.
through my monitors. I need to relax.
honestly, it's a preseason game. I'm just excited that football's back, and we'll be having football every single week until February. So, I mean, let's just say it's Trey Lance season. I'm ready to go. I'm excited to freaking see this young star develop and be a badass quarterback that I know he will be.
What
There we
time's the
go.
game
There
at?
we go. So,
It's at 5:30.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So-
okay. I was just curious. I'll
Hey,
that
I'm off
date
at
night.
oh
5.
wait,
so-
real quick.
I'll be home
Are
by the time
any
the
of y'all
game
going to the
kick
game?
off.
No,
I was thinking about
I live
going.
I live in AZ, so I ain't.
I'm
nowhere.
going.
I'm in Utah,
So-
so
Oh shit.
You know,
Okay.
Trey, Jamal, and Tanya
Yeah.
are all going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
there
I
you
heard
go.
them in the spaces last
You know?
night.
Yeah. Now we as a group had pretty much said the Tampa Bay game was one that we was gonna all go to as far as the high. But we'll definitely try to figure out stuff because it's just gonna be great. I'll be at that one, but try to make it to a few more games. We'll see what the year brings. So the next
The Atlanta game, y'all need to be there. Real talk in the building.
wait,
Me and-
no,
wait,
but you
what?
talking about is that in Atlanta?
Yes, in Atlanta. Real talk.
Oh
in the
yeah, man.
building. Let's
I don't
go.
know nobody in the A.
I got a friend out there. I'd love to go out there, but I can't afford it right now.
Shit.
Me and
Yeah.
Roscoe got our tickets to the game at SoFi.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I'm trying to get there too.
No,
Down
on
the
this
street.
channel
Levi
is
South.
I'm
on
in
this
San Diego.
channel is
Trying
Levi
to get up there
South.
too.
Let's
Levi
make sure we
South,
get
you're
the
right.
name
You're
right.
right.
Yeah,
Levi South.
they don't own that building. One of my best friends is a Charger fan. I told him he don't even own that damn building. But either way,
They're just
Um,
like the tenants in like
yeah, right?
yeah, like that's
Yeah, they pay
they don't
rent.
even have their
You
own
know what I'm
home.
saying?
They're not
Yeah.
homeowners.
Yeah, they are not homeowners. So
They are.
for this one, what I'm gonna ask this next question is, what do you think you will see from Trey Lance in these few series? Do you feel like he will be better for going against such a stellar defense, or do you feel like because we most likely will not have the full starting offensive line that he will struggle a bit? Let's go with Lefty.
I don't think we're going to see much. I think anytime he does play, it's going to be pretty simple. Whether it's quick quick passes, probably running the ball a lot, handing the ball off a lot. I would be surprised if we see much at all. I would assume Shanahan wants to put him in there just to get him some game reps. But I think knowing Shanahan and how everything he does is set up by something else in the way his playbook goes, I don't really see he's going to do much to give Lance a chance to really do anything. If Lance makes any plays in the preseason, it's because he's ad-libbing the play. It's going to be, I'll go run around, do some schoolyard bullshit, and see what happens. That's what I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't really. I would doubt if he's really going to play that much in the preseason, anyways.
Okay, Kev, what do you think?
I'm gonna go into a real quick analogy, and I'm gonna switch sports right quick because I use the term layup a lot. Make your layups, and I don't care if you're going against a Mighty Mike team or a AAU team or a team of midgets. Layups are layups. Make your layups. You see what I'm saying? So long as he's making his layups, I don't care who is against, they're layups. Of course, the better the competition, the more challenging it is, but make your layups, even against inferior opponents. So long as he's making his layups, we're going to be good. And like old boy just said, man, like you left just said, in practice, he's going to get the best defense in the league. And I'm not being biased. I'm being serious. You know what I'm saying? So go out there and make your layups, man. Don't miss layups, Draymond Green. And I'm a Wolves fan. You know that. I'm from the Bay. I'm from
Yes,
Frisco,
sir.
so
Yes, sir.
Don't miss your layups, Draymond.
Yeah. So, with that being said, let's kick it over to Polo, the doppelganger of Mr. Rohan.
And government, apparently. I think
Rohan Jr.
I think he's going to try to keep it really simple for Trey just to get him comfortable. But I do think he's going to I do think Shanahan's going to dice up some shots for him. I mean, they dialed one up in the second play of his preseason career last year. So I think we're going to be able to see that because I know Rohan's been at camp. That's been one of it's his strong suit is throwing down the field. So I think they're going to want to see if they can give him basically some reps in that aspect of his game against another team, not going up against his own defense. So I think we might see a couple shots taken, but 2 to 3 series, it's tough to tell, how many throws he's actually going to attempt. And depends what those drives end up like. Like if they end up having a nice 10-play drive that ends up in a score, or if he hits I don't know, Ray McLeod and he takes it 60 yards for touchdown. I have no idea. So I think it'll be pretty simple from Shanahan, but I think he will give Lance a chance to throw it downfield and see what he can do. And then the rest of the game, I have no idea. I mean, it sounds like when Sudfeld's out there, it seems to be a lot more like check downs, less throwing the ball down the field. So I think we'll see a more similar offense that we were seeing with Jimmy at QB when Nate Sudfeld comes in and Brock Purdy sadly comes in. So I think that after Trey's out, it's just going to look really vanilla.
Cool. B-Dubs. Come on, man. Take that anger out on giving us some viable points.
Basically, I think we'll see Trey Lance. I feel like we'll see Trey Lance most of the first quarter. Just so he gets reps like Chris and everybody else said. But then after that, I think we'll see a lot of Nate Sudfeld second, third quarter. And to end it off, we'll see Brock Purdy. See, I can't even say his name right. Mr. See, I can't even fucking talk right now. Mr. Irrelevant.
Today, Junior. Hey, but you good. Take your time, boy. Take your time.
Straight stuttering over here, man. Damn.
Take your time, B-Dub. You got
it. Thanks, Kev. But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to seeing Trey out there. I mean, we've waited literally now basically 2 years technically, right? In a way. And now we finally get to see him. But yeah, I'm excited for that. But I have a question for all you guys with the shit that came up today. You guys ready for it?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. I want to get your guys' opinion on this. We're hearing number 10 possibly going to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, who do you guys think the 49ers would want back from Cleveland?
They don't want anything but a draft pick from Cleveland. I'm just going to state that. That's my only thing really quick. Chris, you can go right after that. I'm just saying that all they want is a draft pick, and they just want his money off the fucking books. That's period. I don't think there's anything else that they want. They're not going to look for a player. They're not going to do a swap or anything like that. I honestly feel like they just want to get him off the books and get him out of the building. He's been on the sideline doing his thing. I get it, but, me personally, the quicker he's gone, the better my day will be. I could be having the worst day in the world, and if I get a notice on my phone that Jimmy Garoppolo has been traded or cut, my day will instantaneously turn into a fantastic day. But Chris, what are your thoughts?
I think that they're just looking for a pick, but if it were me, I would try to see if I can find a way to get Kareem Hunt out of that if he really wants out. It also takes some salary stress off of Cleveland too. So that's what I would try to do. Just take advantage of a situation like, hey, you're not going to extend Kareem Hunt when you've got Nick Chubb on the team, but it's definitely not going to happen. I think it's just going to be a pick that they want, but they're not going to get it. There's no way Cleveland's actually going to trade for the guy. I mean, if you miss out on Jimmy Garoppolo, are you really that fucking upset? Oh, shit, I missed out on trading for Jimmy Garoppolo. No, you're not going to care all that much.
Don't take my answer. Please don't take my answer.
Like, literally, he's going to get – like, if people already know – listen, the report already came – and we've known this for a while, but the report even came out from me and Rappaport. Like, the Niners will wait till the last cut day, and then they'll release him. Why on earth, if I know he's going to get cut, trade a draft pick to essentially rent Jimmy Garoppolo for $25 million and then let him leave because I'm not bringing him back unless it's a backup role. So,
because then he gets a choice. That's kind of where that works.
But what choices is he going to have? Because Pittsburgh, I don't know if Pittsburgh's actually going to pick him up. And honestly,
Big boy Mitch is the answer, man.
Cleveland let me go next.
Cleveland is his best. Listen, if he's choosing, Cleveland is his best chance because he's going to be handing the ball off to Nick Chubb. Maybe Kareem Hunt's still there. I don't know if they trade him or not, whatever. So he has possibly two great running backs that he could have to just hand the ball off to, which we know he can hand the shit out of the ball. I mean, we know that. And he has Amari Cooper, who's a number one receiver who can create separation. So this is a playoff roster. Like if you look at the defense too, it's a playoff roster. I don't know if they'll make it just because the AFC is really deep. And I think you could have 3 playoff teams from the AFC West alone. But that's his best chance to go somewhere and still continue this narrative like, oh, he wins. Because honestly, Cleveland, here's the situation here is Cleveland, they can't tank essentially for a guy in the first round next year. They don't have their first round pick. So it would make absolutely no sense for an organization like Cleveland that's been known to just be losing all the time to just throw a season away if Deshaun Watson's gone the whole season. You have to remain competitive and see what you can do, see what you have in your guys, and just give yourself a chance because you never know what happens. Like a lot of people probably didn't think we would have made it to the NFC Championship games, right? So you can't just sit there and let Jacoby Brissett go out there for 17 games. A guy in my group chat called him Jacoby Brisket. So you can't roll that guy out there for 17 games.
All right, Kev, you are up. Go ahead and smash on him, man.
Hey, Chris pretty much took some of my answer, man. Like, why in the holy name of fuck would the team trade for a guy who was going to be put on the market for free anyway? You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't give a damn if we wait to the 25th hour. I don't see just a number of teams waiting in line to say, hey, let's trade this guy when they're going to let him go anyway. And so, but now, along with Chris' point, I mean, I'm looking at a center. I'm looking at anything we can get, a gas voucher, whatever they got in Cleveland to give up for Jimmy and that salary, I'll take. So, I mean, I just don't see a team
the water
trading.
boy.
Right. I don't see a team trading for him knowing we're gonna let him go anyway if we can't find something, valuable. So I mean, but hey, if they want to give up a Kareem Hunt, a viable center, whatever, cool. I just don't see a team trading for him knowing that if we can't find a trade partner, we can let him loose for free anyway.
Honestly, what I feel like will happen with Jimmy, I think he'll get cut. He'll sign with Cleveland. They let him walk next year. And you know where I think he's going to end up? I think he's going to end up replacing Tom Brady as a bridge quarterback when Tom Brady retires after this year in Tampa. That's what I feel like is going to happen. That's a bridge.
So you mean once he's cut, not traded? So
No. He's gonna be cut. He's gonna sign with Cleveland, and then they're gonna let him walk because Watson will be back the next year. And I think he ends up in free agency signing with Tampa as a cheap bridge quarterback. That's what I feel like.
Some people think he's gonna sign with Seattle if he gets the choice.
Oh, I hope he does.
Please.
I hope.
Please do. We would murder him twice a year.
That's what they're saying. Is like so that's why when you guys say like you're not going to go get him if he's going to get cut, he gets the choice if he gets cut. There's going to be multiple teams in play if he gets cut.
Lefty, I'll say one thing real quick. He's got the choice regardless. He's not going to be on this contract. He makes $24 million this year. He's not going to be on this contract. He has to agree to a restructure with whatever team is choosing to trade for him, which is why I know it's semantics technically, but technically he will get the choice wherever he goes. It's if Garoppolo truly wants to only go to Seattle, then he's going to force his way to get cut because the 49ers aren't going to agree to a trade with Seattle, nor are they obviously with the Rams if that even comes up. So if Garoppolo truly only wants those two destinations, he's going to try and force his way to get cut and force the 49ers in. However, real quick, Chris, I think he wants what's best for him, not trying to get revenge, right? Like, it's best for Seattle because they can figure out whatever Garoppolo knew from the 49ers system, but it's not in his best interest. While he has two top weapons, what is Seattle right now trying to do from training camp? Their reports, they're trying to figure out which quarterback can throw most consistently deep. Whoever wins the quarterback competition in Seattle is the guy who can throw deep. Unfortunately, both of their guys have the inability to do so right now, and they are both losing the battle. That's like, imagine like two guys competing to win the battle. Seattle, their competition pretty much right now is like who's going to lose because both aren't showing out. But
not Jimmy.
So bringing Jimmy who can't
over
do
here
it.
on the spicy tip. I like it.
That's the thing.
It's the truth. That's what the Athletic put out.
That's why I don't think Jimmy would even go to Seattle because he knows his own limitations too. If he really had a choice and had options, I don't think he's going to go play with DK Metcalf, who's a down the field type player.
And Tyler Lockett,
and that Seahawks team is horrible. Yeah. So I don't think he would go there. And honestly, Seattle, their best interest right now is to tank and hope for a CJ Stroud or a Bryce Young. If you risk getting Jimmy G and only letting him win like 2 or 3 extra games for you and you lose out on one of those guys, I wouldn't even mess with that if I'm Seattle. You're not competing. The season's lost. Cleveland, you can't take. You literally don't have a first-round pick.
There's going to be abundance of quarterbacks in this next coming draft. Guys that aren't even getting a lot of love, but towards the end of the college season, there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to get a lot of love, and there's going to be a quarterback-rich draft coming up next year.
Look, I don't care what the team is that Jimmy may go to. I mean, especially if in our division. If I'm a DC, which I am, even on a youth level, if I'm a DC and I'm any other team but the Niners, of the 11 players on the field, I got 9 in the middle of the field and 2 corners. I dare you.
Yeah. Imagine if Russell Wilson struggled with the O-line in Seattle. Imagine Jimmy G with that team and also with no defense to back him up. Oh my God.
He would die, man, behind that offensive line.
Y'all see Little Giants? Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. That's what happened.
Dude, I mean, Cleveland is the only one that makes any sense. But like Dion said,
fucking Joey, man. I love this guy.
We only want a draft pick. But, I mean, what I'd like is for us to just get Kareem Hunt, even if it's just for the year. To add that to the backfield would be pretty fucking sweet.
I'll tell you this is the reason why, really, really quick, Rohan, and you
go for it.
Go ahead and go. The only reason I don't want Kareem Hunt is because I've got enough backs. I'm one of those people, when I see what we have, I don't need anyone else. Like, our running back room is full as it is. And don't get me wrong, Kareem Hunt is a dope two-way player. And he's a good blocker. He's great at running, and he's great at pass catching. We know this. But here's the issue. I got to take on him. I got to take on the salary. And now I'm going to have to cut more people. So I just spent 2 consecutive years drafting running backs, Trey Sermon and TDP. I want no business with Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I need to know what I have in Trey Sermon. I need to know what I have in TDP. I already know what I have in Elijah Mitchell. And from by all accounts, we all hear Jordan Mason looks fantastic. So Hasty and Wilson are on the bubble. They on the outside looking in. Though Hasty had made some plays, and I saw a couple of little clips where he looked good, but it's just the issue of the running back room being crowded as it is, and it doesn't make sense for us to crowd it even more and then take on more as far as money goes, because that's the main focal point. Go ahead,
Real
Rohan,
quick, yeah.
and we'll look. Yeah, Kev, you right up.
All right. So real quick on the Kareem Hunt thing. Interestingly enough, I actually think he's a really good fit for this team for certain reasons.
Damn it, Rohan.
Real quick.
Stone it. Right out.
49ers right now in training camp, right, have had 3 running backs stand out, meaning Tyrion Davis-Price, meaning Trey Sermon, and meaning Elijah Mitchell. Those 3 are going to be your top 3 running backs on the roster. However, what is one kind of similarity that all 3, first of all, don't have? The ability to pass catch consistently out of the backfield. All 3, like Mitchell is the best right now, I think. He had 19 catches on 20 targets last year, but he's not seen primarily as a pass catcher. Tyrion Davis-Price never caught the ball much in college, and he has had a couple of drops as well. Mitchell had a drop himself, and then Sermon himself has had a drop or 2 as well. So, like, if you want consistency as a receiver, Kareem Hunt's there. And he provides you a lead back who can take the brunt that Mitchell can right now if he gets injured. Out of the other 2 running backs, I don't know if there's a true guy that can, which was an issue last year, and that's why Deebo Samuel came in. Now, that's the argument for carrying Jeff Wilson Jr. on this roster right now. However, I understand how much promise Jordan Mason's had. I understand Jeff Wilson Jr. as a veteran in this room, and I understand the 49ers and their public image. But the fit itself is good. The reason, however, why I wouldn't trade for Kareem Hunt is that you'd have to extend him. And the 49ers don't pay running backs. The reason he wants out of Cleveland right now is because he has 1 year of guaranteed money remaining. He doesn't have any guaranteed money next year. And if he gets injured, or if he more likely doesn't get the role that he's looking for in Cleveland this year, he's not going to get $6.5 million per year on the open market like he is right now. And so to me, I think that you would have to pay him probably similar to that money. And the other running backs on the team, all 4 of them right now, leading or combined, are paid under $6.5 million.
If this was an episode of the Round the Horn, based upon your answer, we'd all have red X's on our screen based upon your answer, Rohan. But because it's not, I'm gonna go ahead and follow that cab. And Rohan just told us to shut the fuck up, pretty much what he just said. But to follow that cab, I'm like, I know what you're saying about our running back room right now, but there's a couple guys, if it was 2 for 1, I'd take. You see what I'm saying? So, like Hasty. I like Hasty. He's shifty, good in space. I met his father at the airport. I'm saying me and him cool. But Wilson Jr., he's been a stalwart in our running back room. But if I had to give up 2 guys to get Hunt, aside from that contract, hey, I'd take him. So my thing is, especially in Shanahan offense, you can never have enough running backs. He run the ball so much, people are going to get hurt, they're going to get tired, X, Y, Z. I mean, so can you imagine adding Hunt and dropping, let's say, and these are just arbitrary names, Jeff Wilson Jr., Jermichael Hasty for Kareem Hunt. And like you said, receiving out the backfield, that's a big part of this offense in this game, man. So I don't know, man. It's definitely intriguing. And Dion, if you missed it, like I said, if this was an episode Around the Horn, Rohan can put the red X's on everybody's screen except his.
Oh no, I understand completely how that works.
So
Rohan was in here dropping jewels on people.
Hey, Rohan, that dude, he got numbers, he got passes, he got all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind a Kareem Hunt. in the offense to add to what we already have. I mean, think about it, man. Just to have a stable of backs who can get it done on whatever down it is.
Well, put it like
Receiving,
this.
running the ball. I mean, just come on, man.
This is what I take away from what you said. Jordan Mason, go to the practice squad. Pray to sweet baby Jesus that he clears waivers, because that's a hard sell. And we just
The only
have
issue with that is our homies up top, Seattle. They just lost Chris Carson. They don't have a single receiver out of that.
They lost
backfield
Chris
right
Carson
now.
again.
So, he's out.
He retired.
He retired.
He retired.
He's got that neck.
Yeah, he's done.
Because he live on the injury list. Why
Yeah,
not retire?
but
You ain't
you've
never
got-
on the damn field any fucking way.
You've got Rashad Penny and you've got Kenneth Walker. Both of them have never caught the ball
Okay, first
consistently
of all,
in
who
their
the fuck
career.
is Kenneth Walker? We don't even know who that is. That
He's
tells you that they should be in the. in
Sounds
the
like
running.
some whiskey.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Johnny Walker, Kenneth Walker. What is that, your cousin?
I
So
feel like
this-
Jeff Wilson Jr. or Jordan Mason, both of them should be claimed by Seattle. If one of them crosses, they should be claimed by Seattle on waivers.
Yeah, I mean, the NFC West is known for kind of rotating players through different teams. It happens. It's not uncommon. This question right here from Amin the Dream was going on, Amin. It says, if you were building a team, would you follow the Rams route, go super team, and trade away every draft pick that you have known to man from first to second round? Or would you go the Niners route and draft to have a lot of depth? Lefty, I'm going to start with you, and then we're going to jump over to Brandon. We're going to get Brandon out of this move, man, because I'm telling you right now, I think that's 24 karat golden. Why you always in the mood? You in the mood right now, bro. We got to get you. We got to pull you out.
Well, then I just found out too that Streamer doesn't do the animation background either, which is whack as shit. Okay,
Oh, damn.
so I gotta get a new background now.
All right, so Lefty, would you go the route of the Rams, or would you stick with what we've been doing, draft and make sure you got depth?
I mean, I fully believe you stick with what you know, and so sticking with what we're doing now is the best way to go. The Rams are a fluke. They got lucky that worked out. That's never really worked out much before, so I'd rather stick with what we know works. We've been building this team for how many years now, and we're got a
Closer and
freaking
closer.
we got a fantastically built team, and I think we're doing it the right way. So I would stick with what we're doing. I think the Rams is an anomaly. Just some things worked out, and they got lucky that it worked out that way, but it doesn't normally work out that way.
Cool.
So I wouldn't want to dabble into something that has pretty low odds, and we've been building this long with the draft, and it's been working. So I don't see any reason to trade all our picks and get a bunch of guys and try to figure out paying them all.
All right, Brandon, come on out of that funk, good brother.
I'd rather do what the Niners are doing already, draft picks, building the team. I mean, you see that it's working. We're just this close of getting over the hump. And I mean, I might be saying a bunch of freaking nonsense just because this is going to be Trey Lance's first year as a starter, but I could see them possibly making the Super Bowl this year and possibly winning it too and getting the ring finally, because Trey has the talent around him and we have a phenomenal defense. So the
Defense is gonna be nasty.
The team's there, man. We were just missing the quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo just wasn't the one to push us over the hump, and I think Trey Lance could be that guy that will, and be sooner rather than later.
He only has to pay a little bit better than Jimmy did. That's the thing.
That's awesome. Shout out to Dave out here. The chat acted a goddamn fool.
OG,
And I know
what up,
y'all
OG?
see this shit. Did you see this? Give Seattle Wilson and put a 3 on his. You know he ain't ready. Dave out here, 0-1 in the chat like a motherfucker. I love this comment.
Talk to him,
was
OG.
great shit. That's the shit. That is a great point. You just put a 3 on him and just, hey man, just throw the ball. Don't worry about it. Just keep running around.
So what I missed, man? I'm sorry. What I missed?
Draft or or build through veterans?
Yeah.
Would you
go?
I'll go after you. What do you think? What's the
Yeah.
better way to build a team? Draft or build through like trades, like the 49ers strategy or the Rams strategy right now?
You mean as far as like right now, draft or build through veterans?
Yeah.
Hey man, look, the Rams don't know what a cap is, so it's tough, man. It depends on what your outlook is. Because my thing is, if you build through veterans, that's the money now. If you build through the draft, that's money in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but if you can get it both at the same time, I mean, why not a little bit of both? You know, so I mean, but the Rams, they've been doing that for a couple of years. They got one Super Bowl. You know, so I guess you could say it's working.
Yeah, because Sean McVay's got a fantastic record.
I like and we've argued, not really argued per se, but we've had the conversation about this is the best roster under the Shanahan and Lynch era this season right now. I mean, so it took a while to build this, and there's still some old players from then now. So I mean, it really depends on what your needs are, man. I mean, I really believe we can listen. This is not a homer take, but with the roster as is right now, this Niner team can win a Super Bowl. Yes. Even with a second year, 1.5 year, whatever you want to call the shit, QB with Trey Lance. All Trey Lance has to do, like I said in another show I was on earlier or in the chat, don't turn the ball over, hit your layups, and just be the best you can be. I mean, you don't got to be a superstar right now. Week 1, he don't got to be Patrick Mahomes week 1. He don't, because we got so much firepower around him.
Exactly.
So we can build week by week with Trey Lance getting better. I mean, he's gotten better since the week 1 of camp. He's gotten better. You know, and I understand Jimmy Garoppolo, his record, and XYZ, the record with Jimmy, without Jimmy. And I'm going to say this once and for all. That 1-loss record with or without Jimmy is more about who was backing Jimmy up versus how talented Jimmy was. And I'm sorry. That's just what it is. I mean, yes, he's made plays, but I can argue he's left more plays on the field than he has made plays. Because you think about it, if Jimmy was who he is supposed to be, we have what? Maybe 2 Super Bowls right now.
Yeah.
I mean, so, and look, Jimmy, hey, man, I wish you the best wherever you go. The Arena League, XFL,
let me stop you right there, because I know we got to get we got to get Polo back on the mic, because he looked like he itching right now. He got some shit cooking in his head. But
when Polo got stuff cooking, it ain't ever a good sign.
if you in any way put Jimmy Garoppolo anywhere near the XFL, that is a death sentence. And I will tell you why. Because they have different rules, and motherfuckers will hit you in ways you can't imagine. Jimmy don't like Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy about to win XFL MVP, man. Don't sleep on Jimmy.
Hey, look,
he'll go out there and get himself killed, because them O-lines ain't like the lines in San Francisco.
I'm gonna go ahead and let my guy Polo. I'm calling him Polo G, but Polo
G.
Polo P do his thing.
The thing is, like,
Jimmy is like the epitome of doing your job, getting more credit than doing your job. I mean,
yes,
you're not gonna congratulate the fish for swimming. That's what fishes do. They swim.
Best Jimmy analogy I've ever heard.
I mean, come on, man. And again, I know he's made plays. I know he's led some fourth quarter comebacks, but those same comebacks he led us to, he put us in those holes. And and I don't care what you say about, you can say that about any quarterback in the NFL. Fuck all them. We talking about our quarterback. So listen, man, I appreciate you. You did your thing. Move on. Trey area. I got 5 on it. Let's move forward, man.
Yeah.
I got 5.
I think that I don't think there's a wrong or right way to do it. They both work. Like the Rams method, first of all, the Rams also did have to draft. Like they got Aaron Donald, they got Cooper Kupp. Ernest Jones is even looking pretty good too, and I think he's going to learn a lot from playing with Bobby Wagner too this year. So they've made some good picks. Like, here's the reason that the Rams way does work is it's really just about how savvy can you be in your negotiations and making sure you can manipulate the cap as much as possible. Like, for instance, when they made it to the Super Bowl, what was it, like 2018? Yeah, the 2018-2019 season, they made it to the Super Bowl. Todd Gurley had a banged up knee, and it was a low-scoring Super Bowl. And also, Jared Goff was just the worst quarterback, obviously, going up against Tom Brady. But Jared Goff had an MVP caliber season that year. And also, their team obviously looked different. Like, they had Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib at the time. They had Sammy Watkins, who they got to be another receiver over there. But when you were playing without Todd Gurley, obviously, things are going to look a lot different. And they were right there. Like, they got to the Super Bowl. It was a really boring, tight game for most of the time. And then you look at the roster like 4 years later, and now it's Jalen Ramsey and a different quarterback. Todd Gurley's no longer in the picture. Like, it works. It's just a matter of the first time around, they didn't have a quarterback that could elevate them. He was carried by Todd Gurley. Once they realized that, okay, Jared Goff is kind of like a Jimmy Garoppolo to a sense where we can win with him, but he's not going to take us to the next level. He's not going to make us great. They flipped it for Stafford in year one with Stafford. They won a Super Bowl. And the Niners, they were also in a Super Bowl with a quarterback who was, just kind of being dragged along. So it really both ways work. The thing is with the draft, what's really tough about it is, like, let's say you hit on 50% of your picks. That's an extremely good draft. So it's really hard to do. You have to do a little bit of both. And the Niners even spent money to get to that Super Bowl also. Like, let's not forget, like, they cashed out on Quan Alexander. And I know it looks like a bad investment now in hindsight, but D Ford, they don't get to that Super Bowl the way that they did without D Ford when he was playing that year. Like, that was a huge investment, sending a second round pick and then paying him $90 million to come over. So you kind of have to do a mixture of that. So I can't really say. I mean, it's really just a preference of whatever your strength is as an organization. Do you have guys that are really good at developing and scouting players? If you're not so strong in development, are you really just savvy in your negotiations and, making trade negotiations, contract negotiations, whatever it is? They both work. It's really just a matter of preference, because now with the Niners, with all these picks that are starting to show out, we're going to be tight on money too. I mean, we're tight on money right now. We just paid Debo. We're going to have to pay Bosa. What happens when Brandon Ayuk comes aboard? So either way, you run into that money problem. So it's really just a matter of, like, the Rams kind of look at it as, instead of using those picks as selections, you're kind of spending those picks on proven talent rather than we don't know what these guys are going to be. So it's a good conversation. I think they both work.
Facts. And you know what? And Dion, before we move on to the next topic or the next speaker, and I just want to say real quick, man, and it's sad we always come back to this, but since Jimmy's been here, and I'm not a real big Stephen A. Smith fan, but like you said a couple seasons ago, when you talk about the Niners,
you talk about other things before you get to Jimmy.
Right. So he may be number 5 on the list. So if you replace Jimmy with a more comparable quarterback over the past couple of years, we're not having this conversation. I mean, yes, he got us. Okay. I hate the conversation when they say, I heard somebody today, I forgot the white dude name, but he says, oh, Jimmy took them. Stop saying Jimmy took them.
Oh,
Jimmy,
that's Tannenbaum.
Jimmy,
that's Tannenbaum.
Yes. Jimmy didn't take us nowhere. He was just in the car. He was a passenger. So Jimmy ain't take us nowhere. Now, we've won more games in spite of Jimmy than we have because of Jimmy. And yes, there have been some games that we won because of him, but the hole he got us out of, he put us in. And then they say, oh, well, the defense, they were fucking tired. Listen, man. It's one thing, and I'm gonna ask this question to y'all. Hopefully, y'all ain't seen the shows I'm talking about, but I'm gonna pose a question to y'all, right? When it comes to sports, namely football. So I'm talking to Rohan, Polo, Lefty, B-Dub. This is my one question, right? You hear points per game a lot, like how many points the offense scores a game, right? But what's better than points? What's the one thing better than points scored on offense?
Interceptions.
That's a part of it.
What was that question?
Yeah, so what was
My
the question?
was beyond, of course, points per game, how many points an offense scores every game is very, is important to the outcome of a game. But what's the one thing better than points scored on offense? What's the one thing better than points when it comes to football?
Yeah, for me, I think it's honestly consistency. It's more so the consistency of the offense. You know what I'm saying?
No one has given my answer.
I like having the least points allowed.
That's part of it too. But now, when I give y'all my answer, you be like, "Oh shit, damn."
Okay.
The one thing better than points on offense,
points on defense,
points off turnovers.
That's what I thought you were getting at. Okay.
No. Think about it. So I don't give a fuck if it was the 19th season, 20, whatever season it was. How many times have we turned the ball over and we're like, yeah, let's go? But shit, it's Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, it's how confident are you that we didn't get a ball back to this man? I'm going to give you a story real quick. When I was coaching youth football, I was at D.C. Championship game, right? The semifinals. My defense turned the ball over 5 times to my OC. 5 times. We scored 1 touchdown, right? Mm-hmm. So that 1 touchdown before the half, he came cussing at me. Oh, man, you should have been in cover 2 when you was in cover 1. I gave you the ball back 5 times, bro. And we got 1 fucking touchdown. Don't talk to me about that shit. So points off turnovers is more important than fucking points. So my thing is, now you got a quarterback who can take the ball and is a threat to get points off turnovers.
And you know who got the ball 5 times and couldn't create shit? The same quarterback we trying to get rid of in the Seattle game. And you know who came in the game in the second half and did some really good work? The current quarterback that we turned the franchise over to in Trey Lance.
And this wasn't meant to be a Jimmy Dump session, but Rohan.
It was not. And it's not. And
look, Rohan is a stat guy. Rohan is a numbers guy. Rohan is a stats guy. Tell me I'm wrong, Rohan. What's more important than points is points off turnovers, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it is true in a way. It definitely is true. But the one thing is, like, points off turnovers. Like, I'm going to look at, I think, a good example to back up what you're saying. Let's look at the Buccaneers the year Jameis Winston threw 30 interceptions. The Buccaneers were scoring a hell of a lot of points, but they went 7-9 that year. Why? Because homeboy was throwing 30 picks, hitting everybody but his own receivers at times. And, like, the reason the 49ers won that game, they won week 1 against the Buccaneers because Jameis Winston threw an interception, I believe, for a touchdown. And, like, that kind of sparked. Huh?
2 pick sixes.
2 pick sixes.
And the Keller Witherspoon.
There you go. And we won 31-17. So there's, like, a good example, right? Jameis Winston had a ton of passing touchdowns that year, a ton of yards. I think it was 5,100 yards, but he threw for 30 interceptions that year, and a good amount of them went the other way. And so, points off turnovers, that's the thing. And it is true. That is a good thing. But the one thing about that is it doesn't matter if you can't get the turnovers overall.
Yeah, those are facts,
true,
man.
True.
Facts. Yeah. And this defense, honestly, what's going on, 49er minded? Bashar in the building. What's happening with you?
What's up?
This defense, I will tell you, is going to be that team to get you the turnovers. 10 interceptions in training camp is nothing to scoff at, nothing to laugh at. You have to think about it from a perspective of, if they're doing that much, then that means that when we get to the season, it's only going to be better. And this is the perfect layup game for Trey Lance to get his career started versus the Bears, who are a subpar defense, a horrid offense, and it just builds the confidence in the right way for him to be able to succeed. So what I do want to ask real quick, and I'll just go around, I'm going to ask one player from everybody here, one player from the 49ers that you want to see in this game show up and show out. We're going to start with Rohan and we'll rotate from there.
All right.
And by the way, real quick, no one can pick the same person that's already been picked because I already know how that works.
All right.
Happens a
Because
lot.
of that, I'll go last because I want to hear what everybody says. And I have a couple of under the radar ones in my mind. So I'll go last.
Okay, Kev, we're gonna kick it to you.
Okay, I'm gonna go like on a real game show. Can you repeat the question?
I need an X factor. Somebody in this game, one player that you want to see show up and show out.
It's tough because it's more than one, but because of preseason, I'm gonna say in their possession versus the ones, the one player I want to see show up and show out is whoever playing center.
Okay. I like it. I like it. That is definitely I agree with that. Yeah, because I just honestly, if as long as Jake Brendel can win the spot and not let Brunskill's ass in there, we'll be fine. Polo, talk to me. Who's that guy?
I want to see Trey Sermon show us something. We
There
traded up to get Trey Sermon in the third round. And then we take another running back in the third round the next year. And Trey Sermon didn't get a lot of action last year. Like people were saying, like it was a bust. I need to see Trey Sermon show us something. Like if Trey Sermon is a beast, and we still have Mitchell on there, and also we don't know what TDP is going to be. Also, we got to see him. And we have a running back by committee the same way we did in 2019. And we have Trey Lance at quarterback, and he's mobile, and you can space out the offense more. That'll change things, giving us that depth at running back because Mitchell was pretty banged up last year. So if he can prove his worth this year, but I also want to see him show out tomorrow that he was worth trading up to get, that's what I would love to see the most tomorrow if I had to pick.
Lefty.
I'm going to go with Danny Gray.
Ooh, okay.
I'm interested. It's because how long has Kyle been trying to find that speedster that we can throw deep to? Since he came to the Niners, and he hasn't been able to find the right guy. So I'm hoping that Gray's going to finally be that right guy. So I'm hoping we get to see some of Gray and see his speed and what he can do down the field and how good his ball skills are. Because I feel like if Gray becomes that guy Kyle has been trying to find, it's going to add a whole nother dimension to the offense that's been missing because Kyle has not been able to find the guy. So if Danny Gray becomes this guy, I freaking can't wait to see what this offense looks like with a burner on the team.
Awesome. Brandon, I know you he stole Polo got you, man. He got you for your shit, so he gaffled you.
That's okay, because I had another one in mind. My boy TDP.
Okay.
I know Sermon and TDP are fighting for that RB2 position. So it's going to be very interesting to see tomorrow night. And I think he's going to have a good-ass game.
That's awesome. That's awesome. The Terradome, I know you a God-fearing man, so you said you've been looking for that Sunday sermon for a year. I like that. Since Rohan wants to go last, I will say this. I believe in this young kid. I really want him to succeed. I hope that he gets out there and gives us everything he's got and solidifies a spot on the team. And that's Diamador Lenore. I would love to see this kid come out and just shut down his side of the field and the player that's going against him, not allow any passes, and just show everyone, hey, man, I'm still here. And I'm not a joke. It's not a game. You know what I'm saying? And Joey back on the shit again. Here he goes. He want to see QB1 Brock, Mr. Purdy. But Rohan, the floor is yours. You decided you wanted to go last, so hopefully nobody stole your thunder.
All right, so let's recap. So Kev, you said who was it?
Center.
The center.
Center,
Polo.
right.
Polo went with
Sermon.
TDP, Purdy, and then who's the last one that?
Lefty went with Danny Gray.
Demo.
Danny Gray.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
All right. I mean, I think all of them are good. I really like lefties, Danny Gray, because he's been super inconsistent so far in camp. When you talk about Danny Gray, he's made spectacular plays. He had a really nice Terry McLaurin-esque body, he turned his entire body midair and made a catch. But he's been inconsistent winning routes despite his speed. He can't necessarily route run at the moment. with consistency, and he also catches the ball with his chest. You don't necessarily like that always from a receiver, but
Vernon Davis.
He won't did that too in the first year.
But if he can get that route running down, which he hasn't necessarily yet, it wasn't on his college film either, but if he can get it down, he's going to be a really good deep threat. And going into tomorrow's game, obviously with Lance playing probably a minimal amount of reps, I'm not going to go with anybody on the first team. I think the first team in a way is solidified so far. Everybody on offense, everybody on defense. Let's go with the guy who is kind of on the border. I'm going to look at the linebacker position because there's a couple of guys who have flashed too. Marcelino McCrary Ball, Segun Olabi. Both of them are speedy linebackers who, at least to me, have shown the ability that they can play coverage as well as be efficient in the run game. I'm excited to see how do they tackle. I'm excited to see does that speed really progress when it's live football? Does their mental game really progress? Because last year the 49ers had a really good standout in preseason in Jonas Griffith, and were able to flip him. You're not going to be able to keep 3 undrafted free agent linebackers, and there's a good chance that one could go claimed on your on waivers after you cut them instead of bringing him on to your 53 after trying to put him in the practice squad, just like in 2020. The Giants claimed San Francisco's main undrafted free agent, Justin Hilliard, off waivers. So knowing that other teams understand the propensity that the 49ers have for developing these linebackers, I can clearly see one of these. I want to see if one of these guys continues to stand out and makes a couple of plays, because now it's not only 10 plays that these guys are on, so they stand out in 2 plays. It's a whole half that they're probably going to be on, and they're going to be able to showcase their talents. And the last guy that I'm going to go with, Samuel Womack. Talked about him on my podcast today. He has slowly crept into these first team reps, played all of the first team reps on to end camp. What was it, on Thursday? No, sorry, on Wednesday. Ended camp, played all of the first team reps, and he looked fine. He's looked pretty good over the last couple of days, slowly been creeping in. I honestly think he's in a good position where he could potentially win that role. And the reason I say him for tomorrow is because Darqueze Dennard might have to play some outside corner. He played some outside corner yesterday because the 49ers have a lack of availability right now with Charvarius Ward and with Emmanuel Mosley both out to injury. Darqueze Dennard might have to be getting some spot duty outside, meaning Womack will have a ton of reps. I want to see how does he tackle, because the speed is there. I'm not worried about him in blitz packages because of that speed. The coverage ability has so far been there. He's got the long arms. He's able to break up passes, broke up 2 on consecutive days in the red zone. I just want to see, can he tackle as well? Because that was the big part with K'Wan Williams. He was able to do it. That's why he was a slot cornerback here for however long. It was 6-7 years.
Now, hold on, Dion. Now, let me tell you, Rohan, you know why I like you, Rohan? I'm not real big known as a real big stats guy and a in between the numbers type guy, but I know what I know, right? And let me tell you why I picked center as my position. You know, not knocking lefty, you know, B-Dub, Polo, you know, Dion, even you. The reason I picked center is because of all the positions everybody named, center is the one position where it don't give a fuck who else around you, how they perform. Center is the one position where you got it's you versus you. So my thing is, I want to see how that center position holds up. Now, you know, Dennard or Womack or Danny Gray, either quarterback to get Danny Gray looks. You know, a Sermon online got a block, but I want to see that center position, how he holds up one-on-one. But again, everybody, all your name was great. I just want to see that center position, how they hold up against the first team unit. And again, now if everybody named plays well, we Super Bowl bound, baby. You know, but I want to see that center position where it's you versus you. That's my thing.
Yeah.
And hey, look, if we gotta choose between Womack and Dennard and that NCB, that's a great problem to have. But I want to see how that one person right in front of Trey Lance or Sutfield or Purdy, whoever it may be, holds up against first, second, third, Waterboy, whoever it may be.
Yeah, man. I'll say this, to the wide receivers for the Green Bay Packers, that last name Womack, you already know where I'm going with that, Kev. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight.
Yeah. Go
Yes,
talk to
sir.
him.
But
Talk to him.
at the end, for me, honestly, I'm just happy to see 49er football. Like I watched the Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguar game because my young boy over there from Norfolk State, shout out to Deshaun Dixon, number 47. Young man got his first sack, even though it was preseason, it's still a sack. And he's fighting to make that squad, man. So, he went to the HBCU. He was gracious enough to be able to allow me to interview him before he got drafted. And I told him that I would keep watching him and keep assessing his game. He's a good kid, man, family guy. And he's out there working, man. He's doing his thing. But I will say this very simply. For me, I just want us to go out. I want us to work hard. And I do have a question for you, Rohan. Jeremiah Gemmel, a.k.a. the General, how has he looked? Because I haven't heard much. I saw his tape from North Carolina, but I haven't heard much about him in training camp. So how is Jeremiah Gemmel look?
You play
Yeah.
for us?
Gemmel overall he's looked all right. And I like Gemmel. I watched his tape. I thought he was one of the better undrafted free agent signings. But when it comes to the 49ers, I've had a realization when I'm going into training camp. I understand their preference for linebackers now. They love these fast linebackers that have the potential to play middle linebacker, but can flex out to Sam and Will linebacker. That's Azeez Al-Shire and Dre Greenlaw can both play middle linebacker. Azeez Al-Shire likely will get a bigger contract elsewhere next year if he doesn't re-sign and play Mike linebacker for another team. Greenlaw could potentially do that same thing with another team next year. Gemmel, he's played as a Mike linebacker, but the two names that I mentioned above fit the mold of 49er corners better than Gemmel. Gemmel's a little slower, obviously. He's not as fast, which is why he when you see him in drills backpedaling coverage, it's clear the speed distinction between the other two and Gemmel. And I like Gemmel because he is a guy who, like you said, the general, his mind and his in a way, his mental game is what is strong about him. He's able to identify gaps. He's able to get into the running game, able to shoot through, and his short-term burst is also pretty good. And so to me, that is also a good thing because what the 49ers do also predicate their linebackers on having is the ability to be pretty good in the run game because I've seen it all training camp. Fred Warner just shooting through the gap because the defensive line gets clogged. Offensive line gets clogged up by the defensive line. Linebackers shoot right through the gap, 1 to 2 yard gain, 0 yard gain. And so that's a role that I can envision Gemmel having. But I honestly think right now he's a bona fide practice squad candidate. I don't envision he gets claimed. I'd envision if a linebacker gets claimed, it would be one of the other two if they try and stash him on the practice squad. And also if they're not moved or anything like that. But honestly, my hope is that the 49ers can keep all three for this upcoming season because when you lose, you might rock with your original 5, right? And also maybe it depends. Maybe trade Curtis Robinson, maybe trade DFF, and then see what you go. Rock with that 5, and then these two can slot in, move up the depth chart if Azeez Al-Shire or Dre Greenlaw or even both depart in free agency with big-time deals next year.
That's awesome, man. So we about an hour 10 in, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down here. But before I do that, I'm gonna ask a question. Once again, the rules are exactly the same. You cannot choose the person that is being spoken about automatically. So we're gonna go backwards. Your favorite 49er player of all time. And I definitely need to know this from Chris and Rohan because I've never asked you this question. Brandon, we're going to start off with you so you don't get your shit stolen.
Shit.
I would be
But-
surprised if you don't know mine, Dion.
But
Mm.
Brandon, let's go.
Best favorite 49er of all
Mm.
time.
Ooh.
I know he kind of in trouble right now, but I'm gonna go with Frank the Tank.
Okay. Lefty?
We've had this discussion, Dion. Who
Say it anyway, damn it.
well, I want to see if you can guess it right.
I ain't guessing it. Say it.
It's T.O., dude. Always.
There it is.
Always.
Polo?
I'm obviously way younger, so I can't lie and
Yeah.
say like, oh, all those.
No,
dudes.
it's okay to pick somebody in the
So
current era. It
this
doesn't matter.
this one may, I don't know how popular this one will be, but since this is like when I started really watching football, dude, Kaepernick was
Come on,
different,
Joe.
bro. Kaepernick in his prime was so different. I remember being at the Green Bay playoff game in Candlestick and watching him run all over everybody, and he was throwing dimes too, dude. Like that was the first time I really got to see like great quarterback play in my lifetime. So because of that, for now, it's him. But I'm sure with this loaded team, someone's gonna fucking take that. Just because you got Debo, you've got Trey Lance, you got hella people on defense, you got Fred Warner. So for now, I'm gonna stick with that because I remember like that really was like the first time I gotta be like, oh, this is what greatness could look like in a quarterback. Best I saw was Alex Smith before that. So
There you go. Kev.
All right, only because it's a hypothetical question. I'm gonna give my not so real answer first, just to test your knowledge, and then I'm gonna give my real answer. But you know what? One guy I'm a fan of that not many people talk about. You remember Chet Brooks? See, look, do your homework. I'm a Chet Brooks fan. But anyway, so I'm going to go with Jerry Rice. I mean, think about it. All Super Bowls tied to him. I mean, he's the best receiver in NFL history. I mean, work ethic, stats. I mean, just all around great guy. I mean, Jerry Rice, bro. I mean, I know we had Freddie Solomon, Ronaldo Nehemiah was a track star and things of that nature. Look, I'm born and raised in San Francisco, man. So in '78, so I know I'm older than everybody on this panel. You know what I'm saying? But look up Chet Brooks. Thank you. Okay. Who said that?
Bashar. That was Bashar.
Okay, Chet Brooks. I fuck with Chet Brooks, man. But yeah, like so Jerry Rice, man, was my guy. They call me in my smaller days, they call me Baby Rice, man. You know what I'm saying? So you know this Jerry Rice, man.
It's Rohan.
Now, just like I'm even younger than Chris, so I started watching real 49er football in 2010, I'd say. Maybe 2010. Maybe 2000. Yeah, 2010 is where I think I went to my first game really early. I don't remember it, but I started watching football young at like 2010.
Okay.
It's probably like over when it's all said and done, it's likely going to be someone from 2015 and beyond because I witnessed the entirety of their careers. But at the moment, I've got to go. It's honestly between two players. It's first Frank Gore. That's the guy who I always come to mention because he was that mainstay from those days. And then I followed him along, obviously, heading into his days elsewhere with Miami, with New York and all that, obviously up until his retirement. Yeah. But he was like that workhorse dog, right? Before we got into all this Shanahan analytics stuff, he just had one guy running the football. Just keep running the ball, work him through. And he was the guy. And then obviously when you find out about his story, 2 torn ACLs, goes into the third round, you kind of just evolve with that player as well. So I'd say Frank Gore won. And if he hadn't had the issues off the field, Aldon Smith likely would have been too.
Dude, that was my guy, dude. Oh my god, I was at that game. Woo! He had 5.5 sacks, dude. That
Me too. Yeah,
fucking insane.
I was there too.
Aldon Smith,
and you know the beauty of Aldon Smith is the fact that Trent Williams and Joe Staley said that was the hardest person they ever had to go against, and they said it at the exact same time. So that tells you that dude was a monster. Aldon Smith literally got named. They gave him the next Lawrence Taylor. Do you know how hard it is in the league to get that kind of praise? It's not easy. And the issue, unfortunately, is that Alden unfortunately couldn't put the bottle down, man. And he kept getting into shit.
So as a DC, I gotta pose the question: in a 3-4 defense, right? In the 34 and odd front, without Justin Smith, how well does Alden do in that 34 defense, man?
He gonna do whatever he wants. I said it. He gonna do whatever he wants.
Kevin, you got to remember, his arms were so fucking long.
No. I get that.
As soon as he used those arms to get around you, they were so long. The fucking offensive lineman couldn't even touch him.
Maybe he doesn't have the dominance that he has, but Alden Smith was that guy.
No, I'm an Alden guy too. Trust me. Yeah. I love Alden.
Because those traits in itself,
dude, his knuckles would straight drag the fucking ground.
Would have like
fucking those arms. Man.
Obviously, I feel like a lot of people have compared him. I'm gonna tell you, this offseason, I feel like a lot of people have compared Alden Smith and Drake Jackson because of their like traits. And one thing that I've seen real quick in camp from Drake Jackson, that guy can just win with traits. Like he's super raw as a pass rusher, but he can just win with traits, and that's all.
I'm gonna tell y'all, as a DC at the youth level, 14U, I run a 3-3-5 defense. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 5 DBs. Right? I coach my linebackers. Listen, as soon as that man come off the line, come off his outside hip, you should be free. Right? So my point is, long as the man in front of you do his job, you eating. So, and I'm not saying that Alden couldn't do the same thing in the 4-3, but he excels so much in the 3-4 because of Justin Smith in front of him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, the combo was uncanny. Like, and the beauty of them playing together was you got so many highlight reels. I remember vividly in the Saints game, Justin Smith bull rushing the shit out of Jermon Bushrod and reaching over him and sacking Drew Brees.
I remember that, dude.
He didn't even get to the QB. He just pushed his lineman into him, reached over, and was like, "Get your ass on the goddamn ground." Dude. That is just insane to see that kind of a power from Justin Smith. And for me, since Kev took mine, because that was my dude. Like when I was
now it happened to you.
It did. He took my guy, but I'll tell you right now, to be honest with you, I have 2, and it's offense and defense. My number one guy on offense is always going to be Jerry, but if I have to pick one right now, because Kev picked Jerry, I'd go with Joe. I like Joe because Joe wasn't the sexy pick. He wasn't the first pick, but Bill Walsh saw something, and it just turned into 4 Super Bowl rings, and that worked out very damn well. And the other guy for me, who I think is one of the greatest linebackers of all time, and I feel like he should be able to get into the Hall of Fame. Patrick Willis.
Yeah,
I have never seen a more violent middle linebacker than Patrick Willis. I literally watched somebody try to hurdle Patrick Willis, and he grabbed him with one arm and put his hand in their chest, and it's all but a damn chokeslam from hell, like for Kane in WWE. He smashed that motherfucker into the ground. It was like when you saw Patrick Willis play, he played the way you were supposed to, and at the same time, at that time, it was still football. We got a lot of cupcake shit going on in the league today. So, but back when Pat was playing, and we had them killers in the backfield with Dante Whitner and Deshaun Golson, and we called the middle of the field the kill zone.
Hold up.
Die when you came across that motherfucker? Like, those are things. Okay, hold up, Brandon. What's going on?
Hold up. You got to say Dante's name right.
Hittner.
Yes.
Hittner. Yeah, he looks
Fuck, man.
But this is
He wasn't covering nobody, but he hit you.
He was gonna lay that wood on your ass real quick.
Hell yeah.
Dion,
yeah.
Let me get. I just want to, since everybody's doing two. Let me do my 1B.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like
go ahead,
he doesn't get. I don't feel like he gets enough love for like how good he was, even when we sucked. And he was like my favorite. I had his jersey and everything. Was Garrison Hurst.
Oh man,
that was my.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
dude. He was my guy when I was a kid.
That was my second choice.
Besides
running versus Jets week 1.
Oh, dude. Besides
man.
Besides T.O. Hurst was my guy, dude. I had his jersey and everything. Number 20.
Yo,
Polo, you want to throw another one in there then?
I would probably have to go defense if I was going to do that. I could say Patrick Willis, but I watched him less since I'm younger.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember what game it was that we were playing the Jets. I was really young. It was probably one of my first Niner games. Who was that receiver that was coming across the middle and Patrick Willis hit him so hard he like fell straight backward and you could hear the pop on his mic.
God, I can't remember his name, but he folded him like a lawn chair.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah. I would say if I'm gonna go defense for a 1B, I'm going Navarro Bowman. Like I remember. Okay. First of all, he was pretty dominant too. But then I remember like when he had that injury in the Seattle game, right? Like that was such a crazy thing. Like I got so emotionally attached to Navarro Bowman at that point, and also I was at the pick at the stick. And so because of that,
on top of that was a turnover. Mm-hmm. When he tore his damn knee up, that was a turnover. I don't understand how the play got played on the damn jumbotron 50 million times, and y'all don't see that he was not down. He ripped the ball away. Like that killed me.
No, he did.
Give him that fucking turnover.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't understand this shit.
Ball didn't lie though. We got it back the next play.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you know what?
Ball don't lie.
Unpopular opinion: Navarro Bowman was better in coverage than Patrick Willis.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yeah. And Bowman, and the crazy thing is, before Harbaugh came in, Bowman was on the cusp of being cut.
Yeah.
Until Fangio came in and started honing that defense the way that he wanted to. So here's go ahead, Brendan. Go ahead.
So here's my second pick. And the 49er media brought it up. The Cowboy Justin Smith. And I just have to throw in there too.
It was Brad Smith.
Right.
Yeah.
He ain't played since.
I have to throw in there too. TKO as well.
Who?
Takeo Spikes.
Takeo Spikes? He wasn't even there long enough.
With the no neck Takeo.
No neck Takeo, man.
He said no neck Takeo.
Hey. That fool, when he was with us, he went off, man. I do have to say, he did go off.
All right, now I'm gonna give y'all one more, and this one, no stipulation. The worst Niner player, just the guy that you're like, I wish we would have never.
Tyrone Drakeford.
Damn, he immediately jumped off.
Oh shit! Oh wait, that's who it was. That's who it was for real.
He jumped on that so quick. Oh shit!
Can I go?
Go ahead, Polo. What you got, man? The guy that you look and you're like, why the fuck did he put on our uniform and disgrace us?
It's a whole list.
It's a long
AJ
list.
fucking Jenkins.
Damn. There it is.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he fucking took mine. Damn you, Paul.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't tell you. Dude, the anger that came out of me when we made that pick
damn
was
you, Dave.
real.
Fucking Dave stole my shit. And I was gonna say that.
No, hold on, wait.
He was drunk.
Let's go back to AJ Jenkins. or no. I'm sorry. Williamson, number 10, right?
Leroy Jenkins.
Williams.
The fact that he looked around to see if it was still our ball, I'm like, motherfucker, it was your leg. I know you fucking hit your leg. What the fuck you mean? You looked around like it was me? Yeah, motherfucker, it was you.
That was so painful to see in person.
He looked around like who fucking looked around for the ball in Green Bay when he scored a touchdown. Like, wait. Yeah, it's you. Yeah, you. It touched you.
Okay.
Balls in play.
Okay.
Here's another, just real
quick. Shout out to the Vermilion Sports Report. What's happening with you, man?
Here's
Don't
another
worry,
one.
you're gonna enjoy that for 5 minutes because Matthew
Same
Stafford
old
and his
soy
arm
ass
fitness.
Rams.
Yeah,
Hey,
Matthew Stafford and his
arm
arm fitness
fatigue.
issues.
Arm fatigue.
Yeah, so yeah.
Hey, but anyways, another one who was a disgrace to put on a Niner uniform is Dante Pettis.
You don't like the
Dante
kid?
Pettis slander is not tolerated. We are full on with Dante Pettis. That's my guy.
Jalen Hurd.
Jalen Hurd.
Ooh.
Shit.
Don't do that. Lefty, you did that shit on purpose.
And
I
you
know
know
I
what?
You did that on purpose.
And you know what?
Did it on fucking purpose,
I
Lefty.
can-
I know. That's why you laughing so fucking hard. He knows that I hate Jalen Hurd with a fucking
That's why I
passion.
did it. That's why I did it.
Not from a personal standpoint, but I can tell you this. That is the biggest waste of fucking space I've ever seen on a football team. That motherfucker had one goddamn game versus the Cowboys, and everybody crowned him the next fucking Jerry Rice. And that motherfucker never set foot on the field again. And they
I'ma
kept
tell
him
you.
all that time. Did you? Okay, let me tell you this. When me and Kev went to the game, that preseason game, these motherfuckers had the nerve to give his punk ass a montage like he did something for us. Jalen heard this. Jalen heard that. We would love to see. What the fuck is you talking about? This man's been sitting on the sideline with a bad back for years. How you gonna give him a montage? For what?
Ooh.
He ain't done shit.
Hey,
He's a
Davey.
worthless motherfucker, man. I
Hey,
hated that.
Dave got a good one. Oh, goddamn, number 28.
Hey, drunken little.
I
Polo's high. Polo.
I have a
Polo's
defensive
high.
one. I have a defensive one that
Damn, look, hey, look, wait, hold on. Hey, Vermilion Sports Report. I'm
Oh,
not even gonna front
shit.
you. You got some good names on the list. You got
Damn.
Drunken Miller,
JT
JT
Sullivan.
JJ Stokes.
JJ Stokes.
I don't think
Went to
Sean
high
Hill
school with
belongs
Dave,
on
by the way.
I don't think Sean Hill belongs on the list. He was all right. He wasn't great, but he was all right. JJ Stokes, yes, even though he's a UCLA guy, he sucked. Jimmy Garoppolo,
Hey.
yeah, we don't care about him.
I'm going to
CJ
give you a
Beathard.
name. You ain't mentioned yet. And when I first started doing videos, it was just me in my truck in the Silverado. But I'm going to give him his credit. Tremaine Crockpot Brock.
Oh,
I know y'all remember
God.
Tremaine Brock.
Oh Lord, he
I
was just
remember
a
him.
He was getting
failure.
cooked.
Yeah.
wait.
He was getting cooked.
No, I have one better. I have one better than that because this guy, I don't even think he lasted a fucking half. And this is not too long ago. Worst corner I've maybe ever
Allen.
seen play in my lifetime is Brian fucking Allen getting cooked by Ryan Fitzpatrick like he was
Oh my
fucking Dan Marino in
And he
that
balled
Dolphins
out in
uniform.
the
And
league.
he got
the
pulled
league. He balled out, though.
immediately. Was it
What
3
league?
touchdowns he
XFL?
gave up?
Hey,
He's
Brian
in a
Allen
league.
was getting cooked.
No,
like a
that
goddamn
was immediate. I
Thanksgiving
knew.
turkey.
I remember watching that, and I was at work. I was like, "This fucking guy is never gonna put on an NFL uniform ever again."
Oh.
Once he sat down, you were done. You
This is
messed
what
up
I
your
would say.
entire career.
Yeah. Okay, Glenn Coffey,
Chris
yes, because he
Borland
was
was
trash. But
nice.
Chris Borland, I'm not gonna put him on the list. Chris
Chris
Borland was
Borland
Borland was
great.
nice.
Chris
Good
Borland
dog.
was dumb nice. And the thing about him was he did his research on concussions and said he was not about to risk his life for the football game.
Yeah.
I understand it, but I need Rohan's because we've been over here laughing. Rohan, you gotta have a dude that you're just like, why in the hell did this dude
but-
put on the uniform?
Glenn Coffey went to the military when he left, but he was a good running back. He just decided to leave.
Okay. I
He
mean,
would've
we
been a good
gotta.
running back.
If
Oh,
like,
that's a
Taylor
good one.
Mays.
That's a really good
Damn.
one. I remember I was all excited about that pick, and then he turned into she was shit.
I'm interested because nobody said his
Bill
name yet.
Williams, yeah. Running back, yeah.
2010 first round pick Anthony Davis, tackle.
Oh God.
What?
I liked Anthony Davis. He was good.
Davis was good.
And a potty.
No, he didn't play that much.
He was good until that pass to Crabtree in the corner end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't a starter for that long. But if we're talking worst ever, I mean, you can go on and on. Literally, you can go to every single roster for every year. There are probably 5 names that you could just mention.
Okay, look. So, Vermilion Sports Report, let me explain something to you, okay? I'm going to stick to what I've been telling your ass since I met you. And I'm going to say this real simple.
Uh-oh.
You have no fans at your fucking parade. Nobody was there. If the 49ers win the Super Bowl, the streets will be lined up and down the state of California because we have fans like that. I don't care about your little
Shit.
gathering of small people. That to me means nothing. When we win games and we win Super Bowls, we have fans every fucking where. We are the most well-traveled fan base in the fucking league. Even though the Cowboys literally have the most fans, in technically speaking, in the world, we literally travel better than anybody. In 2019, we were taking over fucking stadiums. Stadium was called Levi's South because we kick your ass on a consistent basis. Yes, you won a Super Bowl. Continue to gloat. Here's the problem. You won't do it again. You are not repeating. You are not going back to back. You have no fans. Your team literally tried to keep us out of the fucking building. You guys tried to put a stipulation that you had to have a California zip code on your ID to buy tickets. You were that afraid we was going to take over your fucking stadium. Please, gloat all you want because you won the Super Bowl. Congratulations. How about you get a couple more and catch up to us because we already at 5. So do that and then start coming and talking to us. But you can't sit up here because you're going to ride that. You ride that until the season starts. And the season has started now. So you know what that means?
Chris.
You being Super Bowl champs means not a fucking thing. You're back at 0-0 just like everybody else. So enjoy that for the moment. But we're going to keep kicking your ass. The house that – are you out of your mind? What is this?
Where the hell did that come from? Tark Gurley was
trash.
Okay, anyways, Chris, what were you gonna say?
I was just saying, no shit, people are showing up to SoFi. I mean,
I can't even put up another comment.
Niner fans packed the house. I mean, I just bought my ticket with Roscoe to Levi's South.
Didn't the Rams quarterback complain about it being too loud in his own stadium when he played the 49ers?
His wife got on Twitter and said, please don't sell your tickets to 49er fans. Really? Come on, man.
I was looking for tickets yesterday. They had plenty of tickets available.
Right?
Dude, Niner tickets are already selling out, bro. They're hard to fucking find right now.
I'm telling you, man. And he gonna have his little moment. And I gotta let him have it. So we're gonna get up out of here, man. Everything has been fantastic. This was a great show. I like this panel. So we definitely got to do this again.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to kick it to Rohan. Rohan, tell everybody where they can find you. His channel is exploding as we speak. By all means, take it away, Rohan. Let them know where they can find you, brother.
Hey, first we got to give a shout out to the Niner Gang podcast. You already know what's up. And the Forever Faithful podcast. Both of y'all, thank you both for having me on today. Brandon and Lefty down there, Christian down there. Niner Gang podcast. Y'all already know y'all got to subscribe to that podcast as well. So thank you both. You guys can find my channel. It's my name, which you guys can see on the screen. Road to 1K. That's what we on right now. Hopefully we can get it by the end of 2022. And also got to give a shout out because I know everybody on here is a content creator. Real Talk, Niner Talk, Silverado, Kev. Oh my God, I can't even talk. Silverado, Kev.
I rubbed it off on you.
Silverado, I love it.
Silverado, Silverado, Kev. You already know. Go hit up his channel as well as and then the other guy. He's my doppelganger, so I ain't gonna shout him out.
Yeah, I'm backup Rohan.
There it is. You know what they got? They got the relationship like Akon and his brother. Akon used to send his brother out to do some of his shows when he didn't feel like doing
Rohan,
it, and nobody noticed.
when you sign off, you just got to say Marco.
I can say
that too. He's a fool.
Truth is, actually, I was the one at camp. Rohan was at home.
Oh, so you were just texting him your notes.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like mass DMing Rohan every single pass attempt Trey Lance had, every single wobble and spiral. Like I was just sending all of it to him.
All right, Silverado Kev, tell them where they can find you at, man. Let them know about that real fucking talk.
Hey man, you know what it is, man. Silverado Kev, but Most of my work is done. Goddamn real talk, not a talk. You see what it is. You see the shirt. Let me turn it around for you right quick. You know, real talk, not a talk on YouTube, man. You know, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We all over, man. NGOE, you know. Like I say behind me, man. Come holler at us, man. Listen, hey, shout out to everybody on the panel right now. I enjoyed this. I didn't want to get off right now. I'm saying I ain't ate yet. I'm hungry as a hostage. But I want to still. I'm
being here all night. We being here all
real,
night,
man. But you know what it is, man. NGOE, man. Real talk, not a talk.
Not a dang over
Hit the subscribe button, man. Rohan, you the dude, bro. Lefty, B-Dub. Hey, Chris Polo. Hey, follow Chris Polo, man. Hey, follow Chris
that's
Polo,
what we going
man.
to next.
That's the
We
guy
going
right
to
chill,
man
bro.
that
Don't do
everybody
that.
wants.
Don't get these.
Hey,
don't
no,
get him these
don't
autographs, bro.
follow
Everybody
Chris
got
Polo.
these
Chris,
autographs. Do not,
follow Rohan.
do not go follow that guy.
Oh,
You see what
man.
it is, man.
Go follow
Real talk, not a
Doppelganger.
talk, man. Hey, thanks, light skin, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, you know I got you anytime. Polo, let them know where you at, man. You a celebrity, brother. It's an honor to have you on the channel.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, all you guys. I mean, this has been awesome. Best thing is just hit up my Twitter, so it's in my display name, so it's just Chris Polo 2_. I have a link tree in my bio. I'm gonna start up live streams around the time the season starts. Hopefully, gonna get some guests on there. Just getting a couple last few things figured out. I wonder what's gonna happen first: Jimmy G getting cut or me getting a mic stand. In all honesty, I have no idea. Which one's
Yeah, for real. I was
Um,
about to ask you that.
You getting a mic stand?
really-
That's an easy answer.
I really need to get that
Yo,
set up. But
this guy's
yeah.
been doing this since the beginning of the Warriors playoffs run, man.
Dude, I've been doing this since March. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? So, like, if you go to the link tree, you'll find the link to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna put all my audio also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. I also just made a Twitch, so when I go live, I'll also be streaming there as well. And I also just started writing for a newer media outlet, and I just put out my first article yesterday. So that link is also in my link tree. So it's just all my Twitter bio. And once I hit 100 subscribers, pretty close, once I get to the first 100 on YouTube, I'm going to be giving out a free Nick Bosa jersey. So go hit that link up if you haven't already.
Hey, man, who you writing for, bro? Shout them out. Who you writing for, man?
So I'm writing for Stadium Rant is like the big name of the outlet, the website for the Niners. Our team site is Niners Empire. Yeah, so we're pretty new. Chris Wilson is actually my editor. He knows Rohan because he works over at WebZone also.
Yeah, I know Chris. Yeah, that's he's a good guy for sure.
Yep.
There it is. And B-Dubs and Lefty.
We
Yeah,
all
let 'em know,
riders. Let's
man.
go. We all riders.
No.
So go ahead, Christian. Go first.
What are we doing?
Just do fill out your personal page.
Okay, I got. Don't worry about it. I got this.
I'll promo again. No,
Follow Lefty. Follow Lefty on Twitter at Lefty1680.
Yes, sir.
I don't use Twitter as much as everybody else here. So
All right. So, for all your 49er news, go follow the podcast page, Prayer Faithful Podcast, at FFPod49 on Twitter. We're also on TikTok, spelled all the way out, Prayer Faithful Podcast, Instagram, Facebook. What else we got? I think that's it. And then subscribe to our channel, Prayer Faithful Podcast. We just hit 305 subscribers, so we're growing. So thanks again for all the subscribers, man. Really appreciate it. Once we hit channel. Yes, sir. Once we hit 500, we're gonna do a giveaway. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And then also too, if you want to do the audio portion, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, all the other podcast platforms. So, hit that follow button. Personal page is BDoes49.
He out here right now, really on some bullshit.
You have to follow. You have to subscribe to Brandon's channels because, especially for the Warriors, you don't want to miss us next June when we're smoking cigars and taking tequila shots after the finals are over again.
Can I come on that one and talk some shit? That was
yes.
I need to do it. I need to do it more often. We did it that one time and it was great.
Yes.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I know last season I was riding with Grant and Sports Illustrated and unofficially I'm still riding with Sports Illustrated. But if you look for a rider, holla at me. I mean, if you never read anything I wrote, I guarantee you write anything I wrote, you're gonna know I wrote it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
Holla at me, man.
At the end of the day, you got to take a ride in that Silverado with Big
And that
Kev, man.
Silverado, you know what it is. Hey,
Sure.
Grant, no disrespect, Grant. I'm just saying, you know, if anybody out there looking for a rider like me,
Yeah, all you got to do is just let him know. Hey, man, we're going to get up out of here. This is
shout out KP too. Shout out KP too, man. KP from
Yes,
another
sir.
nation, man. Shout out KP, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Also, real quick, since Chris brought it up, I'm gonna go ahead and shout it out anyways because I'm trying to grow that YouTube channel as well. For all your Warriors news, the champs, just remember that 2022 champs. All right, locked in GSW podcast. Hit that like and subscribe button, and it's spelled all the way out like that on Instagram and Twitter. It's at GSW_podcast. So once again, guys, thanks for having us. We really appreciate it. It's a fun time. And next time that we go on my channel, we'll be on StreamYard. So just let you know. All right, no more problems. All right.
Hey,
man.
Why you bullshitting? Hey, Rohan, Chris Polo, if you want to come through to the Real Talk, if you want to do that, that's cool. Or on StreamYard.
Hey, just text me.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. No, you need to get Rohan. You need to get on Real Talk, bro.
Yeah, you text me. No, just like Brandon and Dion did. You text me.
Hey, Niner style is off the fucking chain with this guy.
No, I don't know because I'm
he is
he on that
Yes.
In our
Seriously,
lane.
dude. Fucking Will's crazy, dude.
I love
Will.
Fucking love Will, dude. He's the best, man.
Hey, look, bend the block. Bend the block. I promise you, you're gonna be all right.
All right, let's do it. Text me. We'll do it.
All right,
sir. Hey, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. We appreciate all of you guys. Everybody that was in here, man. We will continue to bring you content throughout the season. I'll most likely probably do a post-game show on Saturday because I know usually right after the game, it's saturated with so much Niner content. There's so many people going live like immediately. I figure I'll jump on Saturday, probably hit up in the morning, see how we feel about that game. Go ahead and go over a few things. If anybody is available Saturday morning to be able to talk about it, we'll definitely go ahead and try to bring the same panel back together. Thank everybody for tuning in. We are out. At the end of the day, stay blessed, stay safe. Most of all, stay faithful.